Hello students, so today in this video we'll be discussing about the next category of compounds of group 15, that is oxo acids of group 15 elements. Firstly, you should know what oxo acids are. Any acid is called as oxo acid where hydrogen, the ionizable hydrogen, is attached directly to oxygen and oxygen is directly attached to the element out of which oxo acids has been formed. So here group 15 element is represented with M and it should have at least one MOH linkage to be called as oxo acid of group 15. So all members form oxo acids out of group 15 elements. Nitrogen is having 5 oxo acids, phosphorus is having 8 oxo acids, arsenic is having 2 oxo acids, out of which first one exists in the solution form only, and antimony is having this oxo acid which is unstable and exists in solution only. This is oxo acid of bismuth which is called as metabismuthic acid and is stable. Firstly, we'll be discussing about the oxo acids of nitrogen. These are the 5 oxo acids of nitrogen, where these are the formula. This is the name for that acid, and in blue structure is drawn, and in bracket in red color I have written the oxidation state. All the 4 things you will have to memorize about the oxo acids, that is the formula, name, structure and the oxidation state of group 15 element, in particular oxo acid. This is hyponitrous acid. This is dibasic acid as 2 ionizable hydrogens are there. This is nitroxylic acid. It is having 4 ionizable hydrogens, so it is tetrabasic acid. This is nitrous acid. Nitrous acid is having nitrogen in +3 oxidation state and it is having 1 ionizable hydrogen, so it is monobasic acid. Nitric acid is also monobasic acid with nitrogen in +5 oxidation state. Again, peroxynitric acid is also a monobasic acid and it is having nitrogen in +5 oxidation state. So you will have to memorize the structure, formula, name and the oxidation state of nitrogen, in particular oxo acid. We'll be discussing one by one, will be in detail. Firstly, we are doing hyponitrous acid. It is having nitrogen in +1 oxidation state. Structure we have already discussed. It is dibasic acid which is weak. It is prepared from sodium nitrite via the reduction of sodium nitrite with the help of sodium amalgam. The reduction is done in cold condition. Firstly, it gets converted to sodium salt of hyponitrous acid, then it is neutralized with acetic acid and treated with silver nitrate, which converts it to silver salt of hyponitrous acid, which is having yellow precipitates. Further, it is treated with anhydrous hydrochloric acid in the presence of ether, out of which we finally get hyponitrous acid, as silver chloride is precipitated out and we get hyponitrous acid in pure form. It will be present in ether. Next are the properties. It is white crystalline solid. It explodes on heating or just rubbing, so it is highly sensitive to heat. It reacts with oxygen. It gets oxidized in the presence of oxygen to nitrous and nitric acid. It gives a mixture of nitrous and nitric acid. It behaves as it easily gets oxidized, so it will be a good reducing agent, and it is easily oxidized by oxidizing agents like KMnO4, and it gets converted to nitric acid as shown here. Next acid to be discussed is nitroxylic acid. It is also prepared from sodium nitrite. This is also highly explosive. Only the nitric oxo acid, out of all the oxo acids of nitrogen, the only acid which is not explosive is nitric acid. All other are unstable or explosive. All are unstable. The only stable acid out of oxo acids of nitrogen is nitric acid. So second is a nitroxylic acid. It is having nitrogen in +2 oxidation state. It is tetrabasic, but it is very unstable as it is highly explosive. It is difficult to obtain in pure form. Only the sodium salt has been obtained so far. It is prepared by reacting sodium nitride with sodium in liquid ammonia. It reduces it to sodium salt of nitroxylic acid, which is again yellow in color. Third acid to be discussed is nitrous acid. It is formula is HNO2, nitrogen is having +3 oxidation state. It is weak monobasic acid. It is also unstable and it cannot be obtained in free state, but it can be obtained in solution form. It is obtained by the reaction of cold sodium nitrite, or we can say nitrite of alkali metals, and when reacts with mineral acids in cold condition, we get the corresponding salt and nitrous acid. Coming to the properties, it is very unstable and undergoes auto-oxidation when warmed. It undergo auto-oxidation in warm condition and get converted to nitric acid, which is the only stable acid out of oxo acids of nitrogen. It is slightly blue in color due to, in general, it should be colorless, but it becomes slightly blue in color due to the presence of impurity. That is, an oxide is present as impurity, which is N2O3, due to which it captures blue color. It acquires blue color. It can act as both as oxidizing as well as reducing agent. It can oxidize Ki, it can oxidize Hi, it can oxidize H2S to sulfur, SO2 to H2SO4, SnCl2 to SnCl4. It can also reduce strong oxidizing agent, or it can be oxidized using strong oxidizing agents like KMnO4, K2Cr2O7, H2O2 and bromine. And it itself get oxidized to HNO3 in all the cases. So in the next reaction is, it decomposes organic compounds like urea to nitrogen. Also it is used as nitriting agent, that is the functional group which can be introduced on organic if we react some organic compound with this HONO, that is nitrous acid. Then what happens is introduction of this functionality, that is ONO or NO2 is there, which is nitrito or nitro group. So this is called as nitriting agent for the introduction of that particular moiety in organic compounds. Also this is a very important reaction from the exam point of view, that it reacts with amines, aromatic amines. When it reacts with aromatic amines at low temperature, the formation of diazonium salt is there. This is a diazonium salt of benzene or that particular amine. So formation of diazonium salt is there when it reacts with aromatic amines. Next acid to be discussed is nitric acid. This is the only stable acid. It is strongly monobasic acid. Preparation of nitric acid we have already discussed while discussing the applications of ammonia, while discussing the oxides of nitrogen. So this is the important process, that is Ostwald process for the preparation of nitric acid, where raw material is where the first step is oxidation of ammonia in the presence of platinum rhodium, and we get NO, that is nitrous oxide. Then nitrous oxide is further reacts with oxygen to give NO2, and then NO2 reacts with water to give HNO3 in the final step. Further improvement was suggested by Birkeland and Ade. This is a complete Ostwald process, but further one improvement instead of this first step, that nitrogen and oxygen of atmosphere can also be used, but in that case a high temperature of 3000 to 3500 degrees Celsius is to be used in the presence of electric arc. Then we can get NO, which is a starting material for the second step, and further we get nitric acid out of this reaction. Also here the first step is highly exothermic, that delta H heat of formation is minus 904 kilojoule per mole. So coming to its physical properties, it is pure colorless liquid. When it is in pure form it is colorless, but it turns yellow due to the presence of impurity, which is an oxide, that is NO2. Brown colored gas is present in a colorless liquid, yellowish tinge which gives yellowish color to this liquid. Coming to the chemical properties, this is one of the strongest acid which exists as H positive and NO3 negative. It is highly ionizable. Due to this ionizable property, it behaves as very strong acid. Due to its acidic character, it can neutralize many alkalis. It can undergo neutralization reaction with alkaline compounds. Like with NaOH, it gives us NaNO3, which is a salt, and water. And with calcium oxide, it gives calcium nitrate. So these are the neutralization reaction. It reacts with different bases to give neutralization reaction. It is generally stable unless heated strongly, and when heated it gets converted to NO2 and water and oxygen. It is a powerful oxidizing agent as it produces nascent oxygen, the free oxygen atom it produces, which is called as nascent oxygen. The oxidizing action of nitric acid is bit different, except for metals like gold, platinum, which are called as noble metals. HNO3 reacts with all the metals. Also, in general, acids when react with H2 reacts with metals, H2 is produced. But in case of nitric acid, it acts both as it exhibits both its oxidizing and acidic actions. So, range of reduction products are produced out of nitric acid. These are the different reduction products which are produced in the oxidizing action of HNO3, and which product is produced when. This depends upon the type of reduction product produced depends upon the nature of metal, concentration of the acid, and temperature, that is reaction conditions of that particular reaction. So oxidizing action of nitric acid can be further subdivided into two parts, that is action with metals that are more electropositive than hydrogen. It reacts differently with different types of metals. First category is metals that are more electropositive than hydrogen. With those metals, it reacts in these 5 forms. When the concentrated nitric acid is used with such metals, example of one such metal is magnesium, others are zinc, tin, lead, iron. We are doing the category of the metals which are more electropositive than hydrogen. So when concentrated nitric acid are used, reaction with metal in general will definitely produce the corresponding nitrate of that metal. Along with that, a byproduct is produced which is produced out of nitric acid. There is a difference in the production of this compound based upon the concentration of the acid used. So when concentrated nitric acid is used, in addition to the nitrate of the corresponding metal, we will get nitrogen dioxide. If dilute nitric acid is used, we will get N2O. And if we use very dilute nitric acid, then ammonium nitrate is produced. And if we use 1 or 2% nitric acid, then hydrogen gas is produced. These are the 4 things which we are to memorize, that when these concentrations of acids are used, which product will be formed along with the nitrate of different metals in case of metals which are more electropositive than hydrogen. Next is when pure concentrated nitric acid is used. What happens is, when pure concentrated nitric acid is used with these metals, what happens is it makes the metals unreactive. That is, it pacifies the metals by making a protective coating of ferroferric oxide on the surface of that particular metal. For example, with iron, it coats iron with ferroferric oxide, that is FeO.Fe2O3. This layer is formed on the surface of iron, and no further reaction takes place with those metals, as protective coating of oxide is formed of that particular metal on the surface when pure concentrated nitric acid is used. Next is the action with metals that are less electropositive than hydrogen. In this category, what happens is, along with the nitrates, if concentrated nitric acid is used, along with the nitrates, NO2 is produced, and in case of dilute nitric acid, nitrous oxide is produced along with the nitrate. Now, what happens with the metals like gold, platinum, which are called as noble metals? HNO3 as such doesn't react with these metals, but if we use 1:3 ratio mixture of HNO3 and HCl, which is called as aqua regia, these metals react with this solution and produces chlorides. So this is how chlorides are produced. Silver when reacts this is aqua regia, in which NOCl is the product which further reacts with different metals to produce their chlorides, and also nascent chlorine is produced here. So out of this reaction, when these metals react with aqua regia, what happens is, here gold should be there, we get chlorides of those noble metals. Next is the action of nonmetals and metallites. Action on nonmetals and metallites. When nitric acid is reacted with nonmetals and metalloids, what happens is corresponding oxy acids are produced. Phosphorus is a nonmetal, it is reacted with HNO3. What happens is, we will get corresponding oxy acid of phosphorus. Here oxy acid of sulfur, that is H2SO4, is produced. Oxy acid of iodine is produced. Here from carbon dioxide is produced, which further reacts with water. It can produce oxy acid of carbon, that is carbonic acid. With H2S, what happens is, it oxidizes sulfur of H2S to elemental sulfur. SO2 is gets oxidized to H2SO4, and ferrous sulfate is oxidized to ferric sulfate. So this is the oxidizing action of nitric acid on nonmetals and metalloids. Further, with organic compounds such as sugar, it oxidizes sugar to oxalic acid. Also with glycerine, it forms an explosive compound called as nitroglycerin. This is the formula of nitroglycerin. With glycerine, this is the formula for glycerine. When it is reacted with nitric acid, it produces nitroglycerin, which is highly explosive compound. And this is a very interesting point, that when our hands or our skin comes in contact with nitric acid, yellowish color appears on our hands. This color is due to the reaction of proteins present in our skin with the nitric acid. With proteins, nitric acid gives yellow colored xanthoproteins, yellow colored compounds called as xanthoproteins. This is why yellow coloration of hands on contact with nitric acid produces. This is the structure of nitrate ion, which is produced after removing H positive ion out of the nitric acid. It is having planar structure. We can draw the corresponding resonating structure for which contributes to the structure of nitrate ion. Further, last acid out of oxo acids of nitrogen is peroxynitric acid. Here also nitrogen is in +5 oxidation state. It is also very unstable and explosive in nature. It smells like that of bleaching powder. It is produced from the oxidation of nitrous acid. When we oxidize nitrous acid with H2O2, that is hydrogen peroxide, what we get is, we get peroxynitric acid. It is used as very strong oxidizing agent. So this is all about the oxo acids of nitrogen. In the next video, we'll be discussing about oxo acids of phosphorus and the halides of group 15 elements. With this, group 15 elements will be completed in the next video, and I'll be sharing the assignment out of all the 3 videos. Combined assignment I'll be sharing, and after that we'll start with group 16 elements. This is all about group 15 elements. That is it for today's class. Thank you.